Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me using my Lorac Pro palette and the project pan items I've been using lately. So to get started, I'm going to be using my Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray that just adds some moisture into my skin. And then I'm going to be putting on some chapstick because it is winter and I cannot live without chapstick. So I'm going to put some hand sanitizer on my hands so they're clean before I start touching my face. I'm going to be putting on some acne spot treatment just because I am stressed out and have some spots visiting me. This just helps make sure that they are treated and really minimizes them overall. So next I'm going to be putting on some primer. This first one is the Murad Pore and Line Minimizing Hydrator, and then I'm going to be putting on my Tea Tree Pore Minimizer from the Body Shop. Both of these are really great products. I really like how they just smooth out my skin without being too aggressive. So I'm doing that, and then I'm going to just smooth it all in, and then I'm going to be putting in some eye primer. I'm using the Balm's Put a Lid on It eye primer, so I just put it all over my lids. I don't have especially oily eyelids, but I do have problems with creasing, so any eye primer works. This one is just the one I'm working on right now. Whatever is left on my fingers, I typically just run through my brows, and it helps my brow product stay on. So for my brows, I'm going to be combing them out with the spoolie, and then I'm going to be using the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade today, and mine is in the shade Blonde. So when I use it, I use an angled brush, and I just put my brush right into it. And whatever I pick up, I put into the lid because I've found that it is super easy to go overboard with this product. So I just rub it in the lid like that, and then I'm going to be just working out of that product to fill in my brows. I just kind of fill in my brows how my hair grows and how I pluck it and everything. And there's really no rhyme or reason. I just kind of fill it in where it needs to be filled in. And that's really just it. So I really do like this product. It does stay all day. I prefer a cream product to a pencil or a powder. So I'm really glad I have this. And so I'm just going to be doing that on both sides, and then I'm going to be brushing it out with the spoolie on this brush. This is a double-sided brush from Anastasia. And then after this, I'm going to be adding my eyeshadow base. So this is the Sigma eyeshadow base, and it's in the shade Provoke, which is kind of like a peachy nude shade. It just really cancels out any discoloration on my lid. And then I'm going to be smoothing that on, and then I'm going to use my Benefit Eye Bright on the inside of my eyes to brighten up. Just like that. So I just put it right on the inside there to really brighten up. I get dark in that area. And then under my brow and on the corner, I'm going to be using my Cella Ivory Lace highlighting stick. So I kind of look crazy, but I'm going to blend it all in here. I just really like having those underneath my shadows. It really helps brighten from within, kind of a thing. So I'm blending those in so I don't look crazy, and then I'm going to put on a cream base, or another cream shadow, I guess. This is from Au Natural. It came in my Petit Vour unboxing. It's just like a nice gold bronze shade. It goes really well with the everyday look that I've been wearing, which I'm going to be showing you. So I'm just blending that in, and now we're going to get into the palette. So I'm using the Lorac Pro. This is what it looks like on the inside. I'm not showing you mine because I don't want to let any spoilers come out. So I'm going to be starting with the matte shade called White. I use this from the lashes all the way up to the brow bone. It's just a nice kind of, I don't know, shade to put down that really helps get rid of that stickiness from the bases, but it also allows for nice blending in the future. I do this every single day, no matter what eyeshadow look I'm doing. It just is a nice like shadow to put down without worrying about anything. And also you can use white later as kind of an eraser. So I'm doing this on both sides, and then for my crease, I'm going to be mixing taupe and white together just because taupe is a little too dark for me on its own for daytime. So I'm going to be using a blending brush here, and I mix the two just, you know, a couple taps here, a couple taps there, and then I tap it off and go ahead and throw it in my crease. I don't really have a rhyme or reason how I put it in my crease. I just prefer having a little bit of a darker color on the outside and then working inside. So here you can see I'm just going back and forth in circular motions. So that's what it looks like. So now for my lid, I'm going to be taking the shade called Light Bronze, and I use this all over my lid with a flat shader brush. So I'm pulling this all the way over from the inner corner all the way out to the outer corner. Very easy, very soft, beautiful shadow. You could totally leave it like this, but I do a few more steps. I have blue eyes, so I really like bronze and gold shadows. So I'm going to be taking the other side of that brush and be using it in gold. So I'm going to be taking gold here all over the eye. And I'm going to, well, I guess not all over, almost all over though. And then I'm going to be taking bronze and putting that back in the inner area just to blend the two together so it looks something like that. Now with a smaller shader brush, I'm taking pewter, and this goes on the outer corner for me. Not too dark, just, you know, kind of to deepen up the crease and the outer V without going crazy. This is my everyday daytime kind of look. So I don't go too dark or too light. I like something just, you know, daytime appropriate. So now I'm going to be lining my eyes. I'm using the Urban Decay eyeliner in the shade Whiskey. It's a dark brown, and I really like the dark brown. These glide on really well. I just am using a nice straight edge, and now I'm going to be putting a nude liner in my waterline from Tarte, and this is a Tarte lash primer as well. This goes right over my lashes. I let it completely dry and then I put mascara over it. I'm taking Espresso because we use the dark brown liner, and I'm going to be taking it on a flat e.l.f. brush and stamping it into like the lash line where I put the eyeliner. I just stamp it on. It really helps let the eyeliner stay all day without going anywhere. So this is what it looks like so far. I'm going to be taking a wipe and just cleaning up anything that fell down underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to move on to my face. So I'm putting a little bit of eye primer underneath my eyes to set in while I do my face. I come back and do my eyes at the end to finish it up. So right now I'm taking the Bare Minerals Primetime Foundation Primer all over my face. I love this primer. It makes my skin so soft and smooth, and it really helps my foundation just glide on. So speaking of foundation, I am going to be using the Too Faced Beauty Balm in the shade Cream Glow mixed with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation in the shade 2.0. So I put about a pump and a half of the foundation with the BB cream, and I'm going to mix it together. I'm going to go kind of quick through this. I have done a video on my foundation routine, so if you want to see that, I will have it linked down below. But I just put some on my face, and then I'm using the flat top kabuki brush from Sigma, and I'm just going to be spreading that all over. As you can see, I mean, this is only sped up 2 times, so it's a little bit quicker than normal, but it really does not take me long to get my foundation all over my face in a nice manner. So just going to do that. I like to do all my cream products first, so I'm going to be going in with concealer next. I'm going to be using my Pixi Under Eye Corrector, and I use this on the darkest parts of my eyes, which happen to be like right by my nose there. So I tap it in with my ring finger, and that's pretty much how I do my under eyes. And then since I have been dealing with finals and been stressing out, I have some visitors on my face. This is the Au Naturel concealer that came in my Petit Vour box, and so this one's a little light, but I'm putting it on the spots, and then I'm going to be using my finger to blend it in. Nothing too crazy here. I do like the way it blends in. So under my eyes, I'm using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Vanilla to brighten up. I do like under eye highlight, but I don't like it to be too crazy. I'm also dabbing that onto those blemishes that are just a little bit darker where the lighter concealer didn't completely cover it. So now with the e.l.f. small stipple brush, I am putting this right under my eyes to help blend out that concealer. I really like the way it looks. So here I am now. So I'm going to take my Cella Ivory Lace highlighting stick. I'm just drawing it on where I like to highlight, so above my brows, down my nose, and then around my nose and mouth. And then I'm going to be using my fingers to blend it in, just like so. This is how I highlight. I really like the natural look. And now I'm going to be using my NYX Matte Finish Spray and spraying it all over, and while that dries, I'm putting on a coat of mascara. This is the Mally Volumizing Mascara. So I like to let things completely dry. Using that spray in between my cream and powder products really allows everything to just lock into place. So when I'm done with mascara here, I'm going to put on my brow gel. I'm using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, and it just, you know, is kind of like glue and holds your brows right into place where you like them. So I'm doing that, and then there is my face. So I'm going to be setting it now. So I'm using my Mally Poreless Face Defender. I get a lot of questions on how I do this, so I just take the sponge and kind of rub it in there. And I got a little bit closer so you can see I'm just blotting it all over my nose and up my cheekbone. Hopefully you can see a difference already between the shine. I still have the brightness of the highlighting, but I just blot this on to get rid of the shine. So I'm going over my T-zone, up my forehead there, and then I'm also going to bring it down onto my chin. And so after this, I'm going to be using a light setting powder. It is the Tarte Smooth Operator powder. Mine is in different packaging, but that doesn't really matter. I just use it on a nice big fluffy powder brush all over my face just to get everything blended in, and that's pretty much how I set my face. I really have had good results with it. So now I'm going in with my Naked Flush palette. This is the native color, I guess. So I'm taking the bronzer on a big fluffy brush just to warm up my face. I'm taking it on the perimeter of my face, and then afterwards I will be contouring, but right now I just like to warm it up. I bring it down my neck onto my chest a little bit just so everything will blend together. So after this, I'm going to be taking my Anastasia contour kit, and I'm mixing the light shades right there. They're both matte on a e.l.f. tapered blush brush, well, that's hard to say, and I am putting that underneath my eyes to help brighten and set my under eyes because I don't really use either of those two products that I previously used to set. And then I'm also just highlighting on my chin and forehead and nose a little bit more. So I really like the effect it gives me. And now with an angled brush, I'm going in on that cool tone matte brown to contour. And I like to use an angled brush just because I feel like I can get more control, and it has a little bit more of an ability to blend than a sharply cut brush would. So I'm just doing that. I do contour almost every day. I really like the way it looks. I don't do a sharp contour, just a little bit like this, and this has been the perfect product for me to use. So there I am doing that, and then I'm going to pinch my brush and just run right down my nose. I'm barely touching my nose. It just evens the whole look out when I do this. So there's my look after I contoured, and I'm going to throw some blush on. This is the light pink cool toned blush in that Naked Flushed Native palette. I really like a cool tone pink to just add some life back into the skin. Since this is a very neutral look, I don't want anything crazy on my cheeks. So to highlight, I'm going to be using my Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder, and I just put it on my cheekbones, around my nose, and down my nose, around my eyes and down my nose, and I really like the way it looks. So now I'm going to be using my finishing powder. This is the Ambient Lighting Powder from Hourglass in the shade Dim Light. It just makes my skin look like skin again. It just gives that little extra oomph and glow without going overboard. I just absolutely love it. So now I'm going to be going back in and spraying with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray to like my makeup last, and I'm spraying my brush with the Mario Badescu spray so I can use Champagne, which is a little bit of a glitterier shade. I'm putting this in my inner corner here to brighten up, and then I'm going to be going in with light pink on another pencil brush, and this goes right where I put the Benefit Eye Bright earlier, so right on the inside of my eyes. I just get really dark there, so I really like using a light pink shade like that. I'm going to go in with white again on that same brush and just go right underneath my brows, and I'm going to take Slate here on another flat e.l.f. brush like the one I used to set my eyeliner, and I'm going right on my lash line on the bottom. I'm actually really enjoying this Slate shade on my lower lash line. I think it just looks beautiful. It really just finishes the look and makes everything just pull together. So I really have been enjoying this, and I think that's probably how I'm going to end up using Slate in the Lorac Pro palette. So here is the finished eye and face look, I guess. So this is just my everyday look that I've been doing. I'm putting on one more coat of mascara, and then I'm going to be putting on the Bite lipstick in the shade Leche. I can't remember how it's pronounced, but it's just a light pink shade. Very neutral. So here is my face. Hope you guys enjoyed this Get Ready with me. Let me know if you'd like to see more, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!